Hello guys, and welcome back to another video, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about the top 10 The Walking Dead pop finals that I would like to see get made. Now, the last pop final we got of The Walking Dead was the Shiva pop final, which was exclusive to the Walking Dead supply drop crate, and if you've seen that pop, you know she is ridiculously expensive, so hopefully you got her. Anyway, so in this video I just want to talk about figures they haven't got around to making yet. Now, in terms of like, do they have anything coming up? Not really at the moment, but I'll get into that in a minute. Basically what this video is going to do is I'm going to be talking about the top 10 figures I would like to see get made in three categories. One is the honorable mentions. I'm giving 10 honorable mentions. There's going to be one bonus. There's going to be 10 characters, basically ones that have gotten made before but like different versions, like how we got a Daryl from like season 1 and then like later on they made like a more up-to-date Daryl. I'm saying like up-to-date versions of certain characters and stuff like that. And then the other 10 are going to be characters they haven't made a figure for yet. So, without further ado, but first there's one thing I want to bring up. If you're a fan of pop finals, not just The Walking Dead, but other pop finals such as Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad, Marvel, stuff like that, then a channel you should check out is Franklin FM McInnes. I hope I'm pronouncing that name right. Anyway, he does a series on his channel called Funko News, and I usually watch that as soon as videos come out, just to check if there's any pops coming out that I'm interested in. Anyway, now the list will begin. So, here we're going to start with the honorable mentions. Okay, so my first honorable mention is going to be Aaron, and the version of him I would like to see is his season 9 look, with the robotic arm. Well, not robotic arm, but the metal arm. He would look really cool as a figure, so he would. Anyway, he's number 10 for honorable mentions. Magna, being, one of the new big characters of season 9, it would make sense to make a figure of her, plus with her tattoo, like it'd be a pretty cool design for a Funko Pop. Next is Benjamin. Now you may say, why bother making a character like Benjamin? Well, you made Richard, and I think Benjamin was also a pretty memorable character from that season. So to make, like if you're going to make Richard, you should make Benjamin as well. Next is Diane. Speaking of Kingdom residents, Diane has been in the show since season 7. And she has become a more developed character. She's appeared more and stuff like that, but she had her allegiance with Maggie during season 9, sticking with her and stuff, so she'd be cool to have. Next is Anne. I mean, like, this character, ever since she's been introduced, like, fans hated her when she was known as Jadis. When she became Anne and she lost all her people, that's when her character became a bit more likable for a lot of people. But yeah, Anne would be a cool one to get. Next is Tara. Tara's been in the show since the 4th season and has only recently been killed off, and she's one of the main characters that hasn't gotten any pop final yet, so making one of her seems like a no-brainer. So next up is Enid. Enid has also been in the show for a long time, since season 5, and was also recently killed off in season 9, but again, she's also a character that is, one of the mains that has not had a pop yet, so she's also one that does deserve a pop. Next is Ozzy. Now, Ozzy wasn't in the show for very long, and he's not really a main character, but, he is memorable. He has a cool design to him, and I can imagine him becoming a cult favorite character, kind of like T-Dog or Tobin or Daniel. So, and I'm talking about Daniel from the Kingdom, not Daniel from Fear the Walking Dead, by the way. But yeah, so I could see him becoming a more cult favorite character. Next up is Lori. Lori is one of the original cast members of the show, and she's really one of the biggest characters never to get a pop made out of her. And if you look at other Walking Dead merchandise, Lori never really gets any merchandise. McFarlane never made a figure of her. Thankfully, Funko did make a mystery mini of her, and in fact, a few of the characters I've put on this list have been made into mystery minis, but this isn't top 10 mystery minis I want to see, this is top 10 pop vinyls I want to see. But yeah, Lori is definitely a character I really want them to make. Next up is Beth, and it's kind of surprising she didn't get a pop already. She was a fan favorite for a lot of people. I know some people found her an irritating character, and here's the thing. This list, now that we're going into it, I want to say this about the list. It doesn't matter if a character is all that liked. It doesn't matter, it does matter. But it depends on how I feel about the character, because this is my personal list. There's so many Walking Dead characters that there's so many characters I didn't even put on this list. I mean, like a season 9 version of Daryl, a season 9 version of Ezekiel, a season 8 Morgan, you know, Morales, Tobin, Jim, Amy, Andrea. Like, there's so many characters I just couldn't fit. Sadiq is another one. Also, this list isn't in any particular order. This is just me saying, 10 characters I would like to see them make. And all the images you see of the characters are basically the versions I want them to be made. Like, I want that design when they're being made. So, yeah. But getting back to Beth, she is like, a fan favorite. I know some people didn't like her, but personally I did, and she had quite a fan base, to the point where even when she was killed off, there was a petition to bring her back. So, anyway, without further ado, let's get into this list, and right before we start, I want to go over this. Okay, so the stuff I want to go over for the list is, first of all, it depends on how I feel about the character. And yeah, there's so many characters I could have put on this list that just didn't get put on this list. But anyway, I should get into the list now, because this video is already close to 10 minutes, and I have like 21 things to go over. So let's start with number 10. Okay, so Negan Snow. Basically, this is based on Negan's design from the finale of season 9, where he has his winter clothes on, because if you remember, the finale of season 9 is when it's snowing, and I just think it'd be a cool design. Plus, I know Funko will probably make more Negans, because we already have 5 of them. So yeah, that's number 10. Okay, so next one is Jesus from season 9. Now, I used a picture of him from the season 9 promotional images, but the way I would like a season 9 Jesus is him in his armor, from the episode when he dies and stuff. I just think it's cool, and it's an iconic look for the character. So yeah. Number 8. Gabriel with his like blind eye and a hat. Also, he's like, I think it's called a goatee, which is what he had later on in season 9 after the 6-year time skip. Now, we already have a Gabriel, but this part of the list is going to be characters that have been made before with different variations. So I think a new up-to-date Gabriel would be pretty cool, because really you'd only have to reuse the body and change some stuff about the head, and hopefully that'll that's all you need to do. I'm not too sure. Maybe make one of the eyes blue, kind of like the White Walkers from the Game of Thrones pops, because it's kind of like a milky color, but obviously milk isn't blue, but I think blue would look pretty cool for the eye. So yeah. Okay, so number 7 is going to be Abraham in the blue suit that he wore throughout a couple of the episodes from season 6, and I think it's a pretty memorable look. Even McFarlane made a 7-inch figure of him like that. I just think that'd be a cool one to make. Number 6 is Carl with a bandage. So the last Carl we got was based on him with the Guts poncho from the No Way Out storyline of the show, but we didn't get him with his eye shot out, so it'd be cool to have that be made into a pop. Next is, for number 5, is Michonne from season 9. I think Michonne has a pretty badass look in season 9 with her hair kind of like off to the side. I think it looks pretty cool, and I think it would look pretty cool in pop form. So yeah. Next up for number 4 is going to be Carol from season 9. Carol looks like she would definitely work as a figure with the long grey hair and the clothes and the bow and arrow. I think she would look fucking badass as a pop figure. So yeah. Anyway, next up is number 3. Okay, so number 3 is a prisoner Negan from The Walking Dead season 9, and I've been shown images of a shaved head Negan from the prison cell, but I would like to see him with the long hair and long beard, because I already said in the Snow Negan figure to give him the shaved head, so I wanted to give it a bit of variety. Anyway, with number 2, it's going to be a season 9 version of Maggie holding baby Herschel. Now I know that's 2 figures, but it'd be cool to see them make it, because how many pops have Funko made of anything where someone is holding a baby? So I just think it'd be cool for them to make. And yeah, now it's on to number 1. So number 1 is Rick Grimes. Rick Grimes is my all-time favorite character, and I would love to see them make a figure that's based on his season 9 look, because there isn't much in terms of merchandise based on a season 9 version of Rick. The only thing I've seen is that I can think of is the Royal Bobble figure that was exclusive to the Walking Dead supply drop subscription box, that had the bobblehead of season 9 Rick, and there was where he's wearing a brown shirt, and there's a chase version where he's wearing a green shirt. So it'd be cool to see a pop based on season 9 Rick. Okay, so now I'm going to go over the 10 characters they haven't made a figure of yet. So anyway, let's start with number 10, which is going to be Simon. Simon was basically the main antagonist behind Negan during season 8, and he was a big character during season 7 as well, and first appeared at the end of season 6, so Simon would be a cool figure to make. So yeah, anyway, on to number 9. Number 9 is going to be Lydia. I think Lydia, is obviously one of the big characters to come out of season 9. And it would be cool to even make a chase version of her, whether it's a chase or a store exclusive, where one is just her normally, that's like the common figure, and then like the chase or the store exclusive would be like her with her Whisperer mask on. I think that would be a pretty cool figure, so that'd be awesome. Anyway, number 8 is going to go to Judith Grimes. So Judith, for a lot of people, is probably the big breakout star of this season. First appearing in season 3, due to season 9's multiple time skips, Judith, grew up in this world and is now a really badass character. I mean, she is perfect to make into a figure because she has such a cool design, with the hat, the iconic hat that Rick gave to Carl, her own mini katana and Rick's cold python. I just think she would make a really, really cool character, and it would be nice to have a bit of merchandise for Judith. So again, that would be really cool to see. Next up at number 7 is going to be Connie. Connie is also probably one of the other big breakout stars of season 9. She's a very different character, you know, because of her being deaf, but I just think she is one of the coolest characters this show has introduced, and she's already become one of my favorite characters in the show, and I hope she stays around in the show for many seasons to come. And hell, if she even survives the whole series, that'd be awesome, and to have a figure to go along with her would be awesome too. So next up at number 6 is going to go to Dale. So Dale hasn't been in the show for a long time. He was first introduced in season 1 and he died near the end of season 2. He was one of my favorites from the early seasons, so to see if him be made into a figure would be cool, and also to see him get a chase figure, because the bucket hat he wears, which, you know, most of the time it's white, in some episodes it's like a dark blue like it is in this picture here, and to do like a chase version where the chase is the blue, the common is the white hat, it'd be a paint swap, and I guess some people probably wouldn't be too happy with something like that, but I think it would be a cool little chase to get. So yeah, as I said, like, it'd be nice to have Dale as a character. He's one of the original cast members, so to see him get a pop would be really awesome. So next up at number 5 is going to be Dog. Dog is Daryl's pet. He was introduced, you know, in episode 7 of season 9. He is a really, really cool animal companion. So for people that miss Shiva the tiger, you know, he ain't a tiger, but he's a badass dog, and to see him get a figure would be really cool, because we've seen with the Shiva figure, you know, Funko can make animals into pop, so to see one based on Dog would be really cool. Anyway, next up at number 4 is going to be Henry. Now Henry, I know some people found him really irritating. Personally, I didn't. I really liked the character. I think Matt Lintz played him when he's younger. Max and Lintz plays him when he's older. I'm sorry if I got you confused, but I think both actors did a great job as Henry, but personally I would like to see a season 9 version of Henry, because that's when he became a really, like, big character, and yeah, I would really like to see Henry be made into a figure. Next up at number 3 is going to be Beta. Beta is fucking terrifying. If I could describe him, that's how I would describe him. He is absolutely fucking terrifying, but he is probably one of the coolest characters in the show. So yeah, getting a figure of Beta would be really, really cool. Next up at number 2 is going to be Alpha. Alpha is another really great villain, and, you know, the Governor and Negan were made into pop, so Alpha should get made into a pop as well. 2 versions should be made, one of her, maybe the common this time is her with the mask, and maybe the chase or the store exclusive is going to be her without the mask. I think Alpha is an absolutely awesome villain, and yeah. Number 1 is going to be Jerry. Jerry is a huge fan favorite character, and to have him be made would be really awesome, considering we have a Ezekiel figure and we have a Shiva. It'd be nice to have a Jerry to go along with. those two. So yeah, that's my top 10. I hope you guys enjoyed, but there is one more thing, a bonus. Funko have done these like movie moments, and I think a TV moment they could do for The Walking Dead is Beta versus Daryl. It'd be cool, maybe the Daryl has his crossbow, or maybe he's holding his two small knives, and maybe the Beta is holding his two knives, or maybe even Daryl has his crossbow ready to shoot and Beta is holding the door like he did in the episode. I think that would be an absolutely cool figure either way they do it. Hell, if they even did them both, I would buy them both, because I love that scene and it's definitely one of the most popular scenes from season 9. So yeah, that is my top 10 list for Funko Pops I would like to see them make of The Walking Dead. It was kind of like a top 31 when you really think about it, like, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry it went on for so long. I mean, the video is close to 22 minutes, so I'm going to end this video now. Thank you guys for watching, and goodbye.